మిత్రం అండ్ బంధువం మిత్రులారా, వెల్కమ్ టు South Asia Maps. This is your education channel. This is your presenter, Dr. Reddy. మిత్రులారా, today we are continuing our agriculture series. This is part 17. The topic of today's interest will be the cropland in Russia or Russian Federation. How much cropland Russia has is around about 123 million hectares. After this presentation, you will get a bird's eye view of the land area, water body area in the planet Earth, thus the surface area and agricultural surface area on the Earth, and in terms of square meters, how much cropland a person gets in Russia, how much a crop land area person gets in Russia. All these things will be made very easy, intuitive for you, Mitrana. And if you are new to my presentations, you can go and look at this South Asia Maps Reddy. I have more than 70 or so playlists holding 600 plus videos on varied diverse topics. You can see here all you can explore based upon the topic you like. That is South Asia Maps Reddy. Mitranam, this is excuse me, our agriculture series. We have finished, we are in part 17, that is the cropland in Russia. Remember, the cropland, grazing land, pasture lands are different. Cropland is for growing the crops. Grazing land, pasture land is for growing the farm animals. If you add them to the cropland, that becomes agricultural land. Agricultural land is always bigger. In some countries, it's drastically higher when compared to cropland. So those nuances you have to keep in mind. Cropland is always smaller in general than agricultural land always. So we are talking about the cropland in Russia. Remember 1, 2, 3, because generally these are in hectares. This is the million hectares we can talk about. Before that, Mitranam, I have developed a series called Game Series Geographic Areas Made Easy. If you look at those game series, you can comprehend almost any land on the planet Earth very easily. Here I have given the gist. You can go into the playlist. Here I will explain that very briefly for you. If you have this concept, you can understand the rest of the things very easily. You have 1 square kilometer means you go all the four sides, 1 kilometer, 1 square kilometer. So if you have 1,000 kilometers means 1 million square kilometers means 6 zeros. Egypt is almost exactly that size, 1,000, that is 1 million square kilometers. If you partition the entire planet Earth surface area, you will get 150 countries of the size of Egypt. So 150 is the land area, 360 water area, number of years in a number of days in a year almost. Combination 510. Remember, these are the million square kilometers. These are very big continents, right? So there are 4 countries in the world: Canada, China, United States, Europe. West of Ural Mountains, units, we can say countries are political units, that have about 10 units, 10 million square kilometers. That you keep in mind. Russia is much bigger. It has a east of Urals 13 units, west of Urals in the Europe 4 units, 17 units, 17 million square kilometers. That's exactly the size of South America, south of Panama Canal. So if you keep that mind, you will get everything very easily. And Let's go back to our presentation. Cropland in Russia. Remember, and you have to know how to convert to square kilometers into square meters. 1 kilometer means kilo is thousand, three zeros, right? That is square. That means 60. It is in square meters. And because 1 square kilometer will have 100 hectares, that means there will be 4 zeros in a hectare, 6 zeros in a square kilometers. These are in terms of square meters. That means any land area you can count in terms of square meters and square kilometers or in hectares. This is clarity is needed. The very important to understand. The rest is very easy. We want to calculate how many square meters a person gets land area in Russia. How many square meters a person gets cropland in Russia. So surface land area, surface area per capita in terms of square meters in Russia. This is circa 2020, but it does not matter 2024 because only population will change a little bit. So there are 10 million square kilometers. Remember the size of South America? These are the square kilometers. If you add 2 zeros, you get hectares. 1700 million hectares. Because the hectares you want to convert into meters, square meters, add 4 zeros. That means 1700 add 4 zeros divided by, there are around about 145 million people in Russia in 2020. If you divide that, you will get 117,000 square meters. That much amount of surface area in square meter a person gets in Russia. And it's the same because the agriculture cropland is 123 million hectares. These are the hectares. Add 4 zeros, become square meters, divide by 145. You will get around about 8,500 or so. That means in terms of square meters in Russia, person gets 117,000 units surface area, land area, whereas around about 8,500 cropland area. Where do we got the statistics? I got the statistics 123 million hectares Russian cropland and world cropland is 1700. Remember 150 is the 150 Egypts. 10 10% is 15 Egypts. Add 2 more Egypts, 17. 17 Egypts is the cropland in the world. 150 units is the surface land. 17 units cropland means 17 million square kilometers. 17 add 2 zeros, 1700. That's what exactly it is, round about 1697 we made it 1700 units is the cropland in the planet Earth, 10% of surface land. Among 1700, 1200, 123 is the cropland in Russia. So world cropland is 1700 million hectares. If you divide by 10, that will be 17 million square kilometers. Because the Lebanon country is 1 million square kilometers, you can fit 170 Lebanons in Russia as a cropland. It is essentially the same. I have given the countries to have a little more comparison for you. Here, Egypt, remember, Egypt is 1 million square kilometer, means these are the million hectares, 100. Half of it will be the Spain, 50. Iceland is 10% of it, 10 million hectares. South Korea, Iceland the same. Costa Rica, 5. Lebanon, this one. So 1 million. So what did we learn today? That is the exactly I have taken the statistics from here. If you sometimes if I take from other place, it will be little different. So Russia has a 123 million hectares of cropland. Exactly they are saying the same thing, 123, and 1700 is in the planet Earth, cropland in Russia. So what did we done? This is the planet Earth. You have water bodies, you have the land area. In land area, we can fit exactly 150 Egypts. Egypt is 1 million square kilometer, 150 units. 10% of it is 15. Add a little more, make it 16 or 17. That is 17 Egypts is the cropland. That means these are the million square kilometers. You add two zeros, 1700 million hectares will be the cropland. Four countries on the earth, the China, Europe west of Ural Mountains, almost United States and Canada, there are 10 units, 10 times Egypt. South America is 17 times Egypt, south of Panama Canal. Russia is 17 times Egypt. And that means Russia is 1700 million hectares, among which 123 million hectares will be the cropland. How do we get so easily? Means I have made everything very intuitive for you, and I have spent a lot of years because I'm an agricultural graduate and taught in the agriculture university in Bharat, India. And these things have spent a lot of time and have made things very intuitive, easy for you. If you're interested, even if you're not an agriculture field, anybody can understand this very intuitively. You can go to that playlist and understand that. That's what I wanted to talk today, Mitrana, about the cropland in Russia that is smaller than the agricultural land, that includes the grazing land, pasture land. Hope and next time we'll see you in the 18th part how much cropland South Asia, southern part of India, South Indian provinces have. Thank you very much joining me today. If you like the presentations, you can post your comments and bring it to the notice of your friends. Even you can subscribe the channel. See you in the next presentation.